This isn't your typical church meeting.
Happy Halloween!
And Bruxey Cavey is not your typical pastor, which may just be why thousands gather at this converted warehouse every week. It's not just the movie clips, music, and style that brings them in droves. It's the unconventional approach. The meeting house calls itself a church for people who aren't into church. Well, that could be for many reasons. Noted pollster George Barna reported in his new book, Revolution, 20 million people in the U.S. say they absolutely love God, but will never go to church again. The main reason? Church isn't relevant in their lives. Something's not right here. And what about north of the border? Are we in the same boat? I think it's time to start looking for some answers. And there's no better place to start than Professor Reg Bibby, Canada's leading religion tracker.
Well, one of the intriguing things about religion in Canada is that it's anything but dead.
Religion may not be dead, but church attendance is dwindling. Recent stats show 62% of Canadians believe Jesus died for their sins, but only 17% go to church regularly. And just a little more than half of all Canadians go to church once a year or never at all. So why the chasm? What is church lacking? And why is it so irrelevant to so many Canadians? But before I go any further, I need a clarification on something. What is church? But that's a broad definition. So to break it all down for me, I'm going to a seminary. If they can't tell me what church is, I don't know who can.
The church is a gathered body of believers.
I see the church as a community of believers who...
The body of Christ. I mean, that's a biblical.
The ecclesia literally is just a gathered people. But this was a gathered people who had a sense of call and vocation.
The church is God's family. It's God's people.
It's two believers or multiple believers getting together and just sharing their wisdom about God and the purpose of our lives.
People with hopefully a common core value or belief system.
The church exists for mission. That's our call, that's our vocation. And so we have these points of commonality. We're gathered people, we're worshiping people, and we're a missional people.
Where there is faith, there is a church. Where there are believers, there is a church. Where they're gathered specifically and decidedly to be together, that's church.
Okay, now I've been to the seminary, I have a little bit of an idea of what the church is, but I wonder, what do other people think?
To me, church is sort of your upbringing, family.
Religion. I find a lot of times people just look to it as a spiritual place as opposed to looking to the other place. Like I'm talking about looking towards God directly.
I think that the church is it's just an institution which allows everyone to live in their own religion.
Church. I am not the best person probably to be answering that question because I don't attend church.
Right.
It's for different people.
I'm just your average, ordinary, everyday heathen. I don't have a church.
The more answers I get, the more I start to realize that how you define church has a lot to do with personal experience, how you were raised, where you attended. And that could just be why so many attend the meeting house. The church attracts many spiritual seekers, but it also attracts a lot of what Bruxey Cavey calls burned out Christians, people who haven't had positive experiences with the church. It's here many find healing, and hopefully a better understanding of what church is really about.
Often we use the term church wrongly. We refer to the building as the church. I'm going to church. Oh, that's a big church, or that's a small church. And we use the church, so we're using the word church institutionally instead of organically. And so we can't blame people in our culture for misunderstanding when Christians themselves are using the word wrongly. The church is the people, and our reputation should be the reputation of Jesus.
So the church is a body. It's a gathering, people. I think I'm starting to get it. But then Bruxey throws another definition at me, one I don't think I'll ever forget.
I've always felt that way about Jesus and his wife, you know, the church, that he got married to this chick who's kind of weird. And then I had to realize, wait, I'm part of that chick. I'm part of the bride of Christ. I'm part of who he has chosen to make his own. And so I have, as I've matured, hopefully matured, I've had to learn that I can't privatize and separate my love for Jesus versus my respect for, care for, and love for the church.
Tomorrow, a closer look at a conversation brewing in the church, one that just could turn it upside down.
We're not changing theology, we're changing the way we communicate it.